Media tells us facts about our government that aren't always true. Advertisements are made to put ideas in our heads about what's right and what's wrong. We need more than one source to have a double check for the truth.
The media effectively meets the needs of all Canadians because they let us know and provide information on news on issues within our government. We depend on them to give us accurate source of what's happening within our country.
Political parties. It's a group of people that share the same ideas, values, and beliefs. Dependent on their seats in the House of Commons, they can make a minority or majority government. Minority is when you have the most seats in the House of Commons, but not majority of them. Majority is when you win majority in the House of Commons. It always forms the government. To stay in power, they must negotiate for support from at least one other party in the House of Commons. This is to make sure more than 50% of MPs in the House would vote for a government proposal.
Political parties effectively meet the needs of Canadians because they have many parties that you can choose from to match the things that you believe in. For example, people who believe keeping a healthy environment is a big issue can vote for Green Party because they support the same beliefs.
What do lobbyists do? Lobbyists represent the views and perspectives of different groups on issues that affect Canadians. Why do lobbyist groups exist in Canada? They put forward solutions, identify priorities, and build a case for change. They are huge contributors to our government.
Effectively meet the needs of Canadians because that is what they are there to do, in representing views and perspectives of groups on issues that affect Canadians.
The bill to law process starts in the House of Commons, then it goes to the Senate, and then it gets royal assent. Then the bill may become a law. This process starts with the first reading, where it's introduced. Then it goes to the second. There, they can kill it. They discuss it, debate on it, and vote. Next is the committee stage. There, they may also kill it. They study and debate it. The report stage is next. They review and make changes. In the third reading, which is next, they debate, discuss, and vote on it. In the second reading, if it's really good, it can jump to
The bill to law process meets the needs of all Canadians by letting people have a voice and put forward ideas through their MPs. As to fixing things that we believe are issues, it gives us the opportunity to make it the best.
Senators are appointed by the Prime Minister. They can remain in office until 75 years of age. They represent interests and rights of Canada's regions and especially minorities. They can propose laws but usually only consider bills passed first by the House of Commons. They can't propose laws that create or spend taxes. Bills can't become a law without House of Commons and the Senate.
Senators meet the needs of all Canadians by representing the rights and interests of Canada's regions, especially minorities.
the judicial branch. This branch includes all of Canada's courts of laws. All members of this branch come from the legal profession. There are 9 Supreme Court judges split up between regions in Canada. They are responsible for interpreting and applying Canada's laws. This can also include determining the right of Canadians. They deal with Charter of Rights and Freedoms challenges. When they vote on something, it is done by majority rules. They have 9 Supreme Court judges so that they don't run into problems with that.
Parliament are members of the House of Commons. They are within the legislative branch. They represent voters of one riding or district. Most belong to political parties. The party with the most votes usually form the government. They represent constitutions and create legislation for peace, order, and good government for all Canadians. They are elected through Canada's electoral system. They must join the most votes.
Members of Parliament meet the needs of Canadians by creating legislation for peace and order and good government. They represent voters of one riding or district. This graph represents the popular vote of Canadian voters for the political parties in Canada. The issues with popular vote in our political system is that people find it hard to understand it, because it doesn't determine what they may think, but if we used it to determine our leading political party, it would cause other complications.
Our government
It
goes to the Senate. Oh my god, that's bad.
Legislation.
Tell me when. Go.
The information to double check the truth.